Okay, so now we're doing lesson number 9, which is slope in tan. So we're going to talk a little also about the angle of elevation. Okay, so looking at this, the angle of elevation is formed by a horizontal line segment and an inclined line segment. So what does that mean? Well, if I was a little tiny ant sitting here and there was a tree here and I'm looking up to the top of the tree, the angle of elevation would occur in here. Okay? So it's formed when we're looking up. Okay? And we want to figure out how tall something is. Okay? Now, it's always formed with a horizontal, so like a flat line here going up. So it can't be formed by an angled line. It's got to be a flat horizontal line, something with the slope of 0, and then looking up. Now we have a similar angle in the top, right in here, that is called the angle of depression. This would be our angle of elevation. Okay, so if you had a bird on the top of the tree looking down at the ant, you would be able to form an angle of depression looking down. Okay, in a triangle formed by the angle of elevation, the opposite side is equal to the height of the object. So it would be the height of the tree in this case, and the adjacent side is equal to the distance from the object. So it would be in here. So this would be our opposite side, and this would be our adjacent side. So it would be the distance from the base. Okay, so in here, we would, depending on how tall the tree is, we would have the height, and on the bottom we have the distance. Okay? The tan of an angle of elevation is equal to, dun, 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 the tan, I'm trying to figure out what they're trying to say here. Is equal to the ratio of the height to the distance. Okay? Alrighty, so circle the angles of elevation. So taking a look at these, which are angles of elevation, so you have to be looking up. So this first one would be an angle of elevation. The second one would not be because you're looking down. Okay? Third one, looking up, yes. Fourth one, I have no idea what it's doing. Fifth one, so no, 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 and sixth one. These would be angle of depression. But they're not angles of elevation. These ones, I'm going to circle them in blue. Yes, yes, so we're looking up. Okay? Now, we can use, oh, sorry, I know what it means now. The tan is equal to It's equal to, well, we're doing slope, the slope of the hypotenuse. Okay, because it is going to be rise, the height of the tree is the rise, over the run, which is the distance from the tree. Okay, sorry, I'm making this video on Sunday afternoon and I'm very brain tired. So, we want to calculate the slope of the following ramps. Well, we don't know the rise or the run, but we do know the degree of the angle. So we've just said earlier that the tan equals the slope. So tan of 35 degrees is, well, we know how to do that. We put it in 35 and then we hit our tan button. It's 0.7002. So that is our slope. And that would be equal to the rise over the run. Here we have 61. Remember, tan equals the slope. So tan of 61 degrees is equal to, so we put 61 in, and we hit our tan button, and we get 1.8040. We're sticking to the 4 decimal plan, okay? So that's pretty simple. So we want the slopes of those ramps. If you've got the angle, you don't even need the rise or run. You just figure out tan of that particular angle. Example 3, a road goes up a mountain at an elevation of 26 degrees. First, draw a diagram of the road. So here's our mountain. So there's the flat. The mountain is, going up like this. Look at that mountain. Woo! And we have a road going up the mountain. So we'll do our road going up the mountain. So this is my road. Straight up and down, okay? All the way up to the top. Our angle of elevation is 26 degrees, okay? Wants us to calculate the slope of the road. So tan equals the slope. So tan of 26 degrees equals, so we put in our 26 and then we hit our tan button and we get 0.477. Now, we also want to write that as grade. Well, grade is always a percentage, right? So if this is 0.77 or 0.4 over 77 out of 1, right? We want to know what percentage that is. So we just basically take that, and we're going to make it equal to what out of 100, because we want a percent, right? So we're just basically, remember all of our cross multiplying and divide? Oh yeah, I remember that. I'm going to run out of room. So we cross multiply and divide. Really all we're doing is multiplying by 100. So for our answer, we get 47.7%, right? And for our pitch is a ratio. So it's going to be, it's going to be 0.47, gosh, sorry about this, 477 to 1. Okay, now I don't really like those decimals. We could also write this as 47 or 48 to 100, right? Because we know that from the grade above. Any kind of ratio that you want to write it as. I just rounded there to 48. Technically, you can leave it that way, okay? But you should be able to convert back and forth from grade and pitch, right? Okay. Alrighty. So, what's next? Now we have some practicing these grade and pitch. So that's on page 33, and you should be good to go. somewhere along the lines, my video stopped, didn't it? That could be a good thing.